Hey guys, spending my evening on Pennington Pond. I had planned to come out here this morning, however, it was too windy, so I decided to come out now. A lot of fish surfacing, and there are native trout in here. This pond has very special rules for fishing, though. Um, since it's so shallow, there are a few deep spots used for breeding, and they ask that you do artificial lures only, and that starts in October, I believe. There's very specific rules, and I would suggest you reading the rule book. But tonight I am just out toting around, and I thought I'd bring you along with me. I have a very short kayak, so it's a little bit wobbly. You might see me go side to side a lot, but it's just a really short kayak. It actually fits inside my Toyota RAV4, and it also fit inside my Mitsubishi. So I found that very handy. A lot of trout surfacing tonight. Last time I was out here, there was a nice moose off to this point over here. And it'd be kind of neat if we got to see another moose. However, if that's the case, I got to be a little bit more quiet. So I'm just going to tote around. We'll go to the back side and come back this way. This is a very shallow pond. I believe at its deepest point it's about 10 feet deep. So very, very shallow. Let me see if you can actually see with my camera. You can see the bottom right there. So it's a really shallow pond. I'll get myself going back in the right direction here. But yeah, I came out here earlier today and the wind was just whipping across this pond, so much so that it totally deterred me. However, what's really nice about this pond is it's not very popular. People don't come here very often, especially because of the specific fishing rules. And most of the fishing season, it's actually closed to fishing. So not a lot of people come out here, which is nice. So I ended up leaving my kayak this morning and went and did all my errands and went to the Amish store or the Mennonite store. I'm really not sure if it's Amish or Mennonite family that owns it, but I went there and it was just a very enjoyable day. So this evening I stopped back to pick up my kayak. I was actually going to leave it here if the weather wasn't nice enough for me to take it out tonight. But as you can see, it's beautiful. You can see a lot of fish surfacing. And I think I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit and explore the shore. And I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. The kayak that I have is, the label on it, at least, I'm not exactly sure what brand it is, but it says Sun Dolphin. So I don't know if that's the type or if that's the brand. This kayak was given to me by a gentleman who actually passed away now. Unfortunately, he got hit on his bike and passed away from his injuries. So we just had it, or they just had his funeral pretty recently, I believe this past weekend. And I told him in the card that I wrote to him, I said, Jacques, I'm going to take my kayak out for you. He's actually the one that gifted this kayak to me, so This trip is in memory of Jacques Deschênes, a very kind-hearted man. And if you are living in this area, you might know him. Very, very sweet man. He would come into the power sports shop that I worked at, and he would try and bribe me with all kinds of things. He was so cute. So I got this kayak, and shortly after I got this kayak, he actually brought me a ring. And well, it was a ring that he had found on the side of the road, apparently, and he had given it to me. And it kind of made me like, this might be going a little too far with the gifts, but okay. The tough part about being in retail and working with the general public is you kind of have to maintain a level of kindness, if you will, even to people that may creep you out or make you think weird things. So that was one of those instances I was like, oh, I don't know. But very, very kind man. And he has since lost his life, unfortunately. But anyway, this trip is for you, Jacques. So the mountain off to my left is Hedgehog Mountain. And there's a beautiful hiking trail that goes up to it. I'm doing the best I can with a stand for you guys. I'm kind of holding you in my in my legs a little bit here. Let me see if I can adjust the light so that it's a little brighter. Look at that nice surface right beside me. Just up ahead is one of the springs, and that is where there are a lot of trout. And just over here, you can see a kingfisher flying in. I don't know if it caught that on camera. I had a beautiful evening. Big surfaces over there to the left. This is my favorite place to come, and you can tell that the leaves are just starting to change. They will be beautiful here in a week or so, but they're just barely starting to change color. You can see a tinge of color mixed in with the green. So pretty out here, and it's so quiet. There's a little spot over to my right that I want to get out and walk, but it's a little too dark for me to do that. I wanted to check that. I'll have to come back here one of these. I have Saturday off next weekend, but I'm working Sunday. So Saturday I might come back to this spot, provided that the weather's not bad. There's a nice spot over to the right that I want to check out. There's a lot of bait fish swimming around. Trying not to hit the kayak with my paddle because I know it's loud, but it happens. You can see all the bait fish swimming around. It's really cool. You can see right to the bottom. Oh, there's another spot I want to check out. This is the third time that I've been on this pond. So only a few times, but I love it. I don't know if you can hear that noise, but the highway is not too far, and that would be a log truck. Once we get to the back side, we'll pause for a little bit. You never know, we might even see a moose. I see some ripples in the water up here that I'm curious about. Little surfaces everywhere. I'm just gonna sit back for a minute. That whole hillside is gonna be so pretty here in a week or so. It's gonna be painted with all different reds and oranges. I just heard something big and splashy. It is getting dark, and I did not bring a flashlight because I'm a goober. I think I'm going to hammer down. I'm going to pause you guys while I do that so you don't get seasick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm going to stop the video here, and I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you got a chance to get outside and enjoy it. If not, I hope you enjoy this video. Take care, guys.